ask yourself, so when you think of your son's behavior, so when you're not with him, so you're not with him now, as you think of his behavior, what's the first thing, or the worst thing rather, about his behavior? And how does that feel for you? What does it mean to you? So let's go to the first one. So this anonymous question, and she says, my son, a toddler, has no diagnosis yet, but he has severe behavioral issues. How can I help him? And how can I deal with this issue without getting super stressed and losing hope? How can I be a better mom? And there's a little bit of more background information that for this person. She says, I was severely abused as a child and therefore have a lot of blockages. My main issues now are resistance and fear to change, finances, and the relationship with my son. So I think that, there's some important information there that's going to be impacting your relationship with your son as well. So well done for asking the question and reaching out for help. So the first part of this is recognizing that in order to help your son in any way, the best, most effective way to help him is to make sure that you are, safe and happy and healthy, and that you have the foundation of empowerment yourself. And so remembering that with parenting, each of us, because all of us, all adults, are effectively children in adult bodies, because we've spent the coping skills, our coping mechanisms, our survival mechanisms, all of those are created in childhood. It's effectively the child in you who's trying to parent your child. So it's the child in you who's trying to deal with the behavior of this toddler. And so recognizing that in the first instance, and taking care of the child in you. So using the technique of imagining being surrounded by your color and then hugging the little you and making that little you feel safe, reassuring that child. And as you find yourself starting to feel triggered, so whatever that behavior is, as soon as you become aware you're starting to be triggered, imagine a big pause button in your mind. Imagine pressing pause, taking a deep breath, and hugging the little you. So remember, it's the child in you that's feeling that trigger, not the adult. So do that first. So that's number one. Second piece, ask yourself, so when you think of your son's behavior, so when you're not with him, so you're not with him now, as you think of his behavior, what's the first thing, or the worst thing rather, about his behavior? And how does that feel for you? What does it mean to you? So whatever that kind of behavior is, ask yourself, okay, so what's the worst thing about it? What triggers me about it? What's the problem with this? Then ask yourself how that feels. And then, of course, where in your childhood did you feel that same feeling? It may be a different topic. So it may not be anything to do with someone's behavior. It may be something else, but it'll be that same feeling. So let's say it's irritability. I feel irritated. So then ask yourself, as you think of your childhood, where in your childhood did you feel that feeling of irritation, or where someone was irritated with you? So where did you experience irritation? And then, of course, change those memories to the opposite, positive and empowering. So for those who are new to the Remmert Method, we will post, you can check the description for the links to our website and our YouTube channel. And also our book goes into detail on how to do these techniques. And I will also post a link to a YouTube video that takes you step by step through changing a negative memory. So for this person, doing that, practicing those memories. Now, the fact that you have, as you mentioned, abuse in your childhood, definitely make sure you're changing that, because that's going to probably be the biggest, that's going to be having the biggest impact on your ability to cope with your son's behavior now. And one of the first things you may want to do, if you haven't already done this, use the due justice technique. So specifically for the abuse. So use the due justice technique to get closure for that little you regarding whatever went on with the abuse. Make sure you change it to the opposite, positive and empowering. And of course, keep reaching out here for help if you need help through that process. So, put your name on for next week if you need to, so that, and I can take you, if you want to, if you want me to take you through the process, I can do that, no content. So it can be anonymous, so you don't have to be on camera. We can do audio only if you like. And I can take you specifically through changing those memories without knowing what the details are. All right, so hopefully that helps. The other thing I wanted to say here as well is using pre-paving. So when you go to sleep at night and do the little exercise with the color and hugging the little you, and practicing a feeling of unconditional love, which again, we can put a link to that in the description as well, or in the comments. So getting into that state of unconditional love, and then imagine shining that light, that love, that energy through tomorrow and your son, no matter what happens. And then when you wake up in the morning, do that again. So do your color, hugging the little you, getting into that state of shining, as opposed to trying to do things. Have it created in you and shining, like radiating out. And imagine filling your day with that light, that energy, that love, no matter what happens and no matter what your son does. What that will do is it'll change your chemical state in that moment, so that kind of sets you up for the day a little bit better. But changing those memories is going to be crucial. All right, so I hope that's helpful. Of course, let me know if you need more on that.